Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the Epistolary Query Tag, and this is a tag all about the epistolary novels and adaptations, everything we love. The hosts of the Epistolary January, namely Anne, have come up with this tag with some help from us. And so just so you know, the hosts are, of course, Anne from In Search of Wonder, myself, Kelly Reads a Lot, Miriam Elizabeth Reads, Jane Reads, and Candlewick Library. So we're going to go right into the prompts now, and hopefully this will be a lot of fun. On a scale of 1 to 5, how do you feel about epistolary novels in general? 1, you hate them. 5, you love them. So I would say I am a 4, only because, not a 5, because there are times I miss what the writer tells us about the characters outside of letters, the descriptions of what is happening around us, what is the author observes about the character that the character's not telling us. But going into the next prompt, follow-up question, what is it about epistolary novels that you love or hate? I like the interestingness of reading between the lines sometimes that reading an epistolary novel affords you. And I also like just the fact that this is someone that has sat down to write a letter to someone. It's just something that people don't do that often anymore. Of course, we have the modern ones as well that include text and email, which happens a little bit more, of course. Number 3, what is your favorite adaptation of an epistolary novel, or what epistolary novel would you like to see an adaptation of? Now, I don't know if one exists, but the one I would love to watch an adaptation of the most would be Anne Bronte's The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. I'm sure there's one out there. I haven't seen it yet, so maybe what I'm saying is I just need to sit down and watch one. If there isn't one, I think I would love it if they made one. Number 4, what literary character do you wish you could correspond with? So I think I would like to correspond with Marmee from Little Women because she had such a way with words. It would be entertaining, plus that she has so much wisdom. I could ask her mom questions. Number 5, what is a character from history that you wish you could peek into their real, unedited, uncensored journals? Well, I think that Thomas Jefferson would be really interesting because, you know, there are a lot of secrets about him, but he did do a lot of really good things for our country. But yet there were some dark things there for sure. So that would be really interesting. What is your, on the same note, what is your favorite literary letter? And I know this is not considered a literary letter, but I think it would be so, interesting to read his journal. But I also love the last letter that he wrote to John Adams right before they both died on the 4th of July. I find that to be like a really interesting letter, how he compared them to like Greek gods in a way, and you know, just talking about like the grind of being in colonialism and then what they went through. So I find that interesting. 7, which novel that is not an epistolary novel do you think would work well as one? So I think that, okay, so I'm glad that it's not, but Anna Wendy Poplar's worked well as an epistolary novel. I think that Anne of the Island would have worked pretty well as one too. Like, you know, if she was writing her thoughts and feelings to people that were around, like maybe you could read between the lines and see her really recognizing that she was falling in love with Gilbert. I don't know. I think that I'm glad that it is not, but I think it could have worked well as one. Which epistolary novel do you wish you could relive again for the first time? And again, I'm going to go back to The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. I just love that. And I would really love to just kind of relive that novel for the first time. The gothic, mysterious feel of it all and just how the story unfolds. Number 9, if you're a character in an epistolary novel, what would your stationery look like? Okay, so I love flowery stationery, like pretty Victorian style stationery. So I'm thinking like that lacy, flowery Victorian type. So I guess I would have to be a character in a novel in the Victorian times, probably. 10, what is the first epistolary novel you can recall reading? And that probably would be Anne of Windy Poplars. And then 11, which literary character in an epistolary novel or otherwise would you write to for advice? Okay, well, I'm kind of cheating because I already said Marmee and I get mom advice from her, but I think I would write to Susan Sowerby from The Secret Garden because she has such just simple, everyday mom wisdom. I think she would be a great resource for me. So those are my answers to the questions for Epistolary January. And I am going to tag some people now. I had to cut off filming because my kids are being so loud and they're still being loud. And I'm not going to make them be quiet because we're going to start back to school and normalcy tomorrow. So now I will tell you who we're going to tag. All right, so we're going to tag Novel Idea, Beautiful Minutia, Courtney Reads, Book Nerd K-Tree, Bethany Brings Books, Bethany's Bookshelf, Lovely Day with Holly, Dawn's Book Reviews, Coffee and a Book, Reading in Darkness, Beautiful Books, and Book Zealots. All right, if you don't want to do it, no pressure. I hope that everyone has a great reading month and read a lot. Bye-bye.